The Global Social Entrepreneurship Competition stands out from other business plan competitions in that it focuses on businesses that have a positive social impact. In addition, it requires that the positive social impact is applied to those in the world that are in the most need, the low and low middle income countries. The Global Social Entrepreneurship Competition stands out among other social venture competitions in that it brings students from around the world to present creative business ideas that focus on alleviating the problems of poverty. But it's open to students in any discipline at any university around the world, and that's a feature that really makes the competition unique. In addition, it's a program that stimulates collaboration among students and among departments across universities, as well as sectors within the business and nonprofit communities. For example, the student teams have participants that have engineering backgrounds, law backgrounds, medical backgrounds, and of course business backgrounds. And this provides a really rich environment in which a true business plan can be created. The students are presented with a variety of opportunities to develop their business idea, to take it to the next level. And those opportunities come in the form of mentors, judges. We also give teams the opportunity to pitch their business idea in front of the venture capital community. And through all these opportunities for the teams, they get the sense, they learn how to develop a real business idea and take into consideration factors that may look good on paper but don't actually work in the real world. So we give them the opportunity to develop the skills that they need to take forward to be the future global social entrepreneurs. The competition is exciting in the sense that it bridges sectors that are often operate in silos. For example, at the University of Washington, the Michael G. Foster School of Business sponsors this competition. We have recently created a partnership that has brought in a global health focus to the competition. This partnership is with the University of Washington Department of Global Health. And through this collaboration, we've been able to infuse the competition with a global health focus through health experts offering their time and expertise as mentors and judges, as well as 2 prizes for the best global health plans. In addition to the prizes that the team members that compete for in GSEC, the competition provides them with very real-world skills. For example, they learn in-country issues that need to be addressed for their business idea. And because their business idea has to focus on low and low middle income countries, there's a lot of non-conventional business knowledge that needs to be developed. For example, they need to be aware of the in-country situation. Are there serious infrastructure issues that would prohibit them from developing a business idea that would work well in the U.S. but doesn't work well in Zimbabwe or Kenya? In addition, they need to take into consideration different cultural issues that could pose big challenges to their business idea. But overall, the most important takeaway from the competition is that students learn how to create a social return on investment. So they learn how to take a business model and create positive social impact.
Jennifer Potter is the president of the Initiative for Global Development. And the Initiative for Global Development is an organization of business leaders seeking to eliminate global poverty from the face of the planet. And she called me one day and she said, Stan, there is this great new program at the business school that you have to look at. And it was GSEC, the Global Social Entrepreneurship Competition, which is an awful lot to say, but I've learned to say it over the 5-year period of time that I've been involved with it because it means so much to me. And what I saw took me about 3 seconds before I figured out that I wanted to be involved with this group of people who were helping grad students from around the world come and bring their ideas for sustainable employment in developing countries. And because they're students, what I saw was I thought was going to be a lot of fresh ideas, and because it was local from the developing countries themselves, I believed that it was going to be something that was very meaningful, and it has exceeded my expectations. There were so many great business ideas that have come through in this competition. Several of them, well, I could name probably 20 of them that stand out, but there's probably 3 that stand out the most for me. One of them is biodegradable plates and cups from the bark of a tree. And being able to do that through a really inexpensive machine, and then taking that machine out to villages and creating employment through that inexpensive machine. I thought that was a fantastic idea. And the great thing about that business plan, as I recall, is that they didn't need a whole lot of money for it to become profitable. So a profitable business that creates employment in a developing country, that's a big, huge winner to me. Another one that stood out was a winner from just a few years ago, was an incredible young man from Mongolia who was going to school at KAIST University in Seoul, I think it is. And he had this idea that he wanted to manufacture and distribute and sell hand-cranked radios. And so you think, oh man, you know, that was a very, very old idea. That technology's old. Nobody's gonna need hand-cranked radios. Well, he showed the need that the farmers and the ranchers in Mongolia had, and which, okay, that was good enough. But then he showed us why it was important. And what he showed us was that and from a pure business standpoint, he said, I need to make sure that they trust me, that they have a product that they can use, because we're going to come along with cell phones later on. And, you know, he's right. He's going to use new technology. So he built up trust in the market, and then he was going to upsell them. So from a pure business standpoint, very, very bright young man. And he was very warm and personable, hardly spoke English at all, but we judges who could only speak English, we understood him really, really well. And then a third one that really stands out for me came from a University of Washington student. It was over in Raberville, Kenya. And it was the growing of sunflowers for the making of sunflower oil and all sorts of different products from sunflowers. And I guess the thing that impressed me the most was how much work had gone in to making sure that this project was one that would truly benefit the local people of that area. She showed employment, she showed the ability to sell, she showed sustainability, she showed, again, everything that you would want. And I was just so proud to get to hear that, because whether or not she won a prize, and of course she did, but whether or not she had won, she's got a great idea that's going to work.
I was interested in GSEC. I did a little homework, and they had a forum that was essentially there to facilitate team members finding each other. And through that forum, I was able to meet Lois Ongudi, who is a woman in the Masters of Public Health program from Kenya. She had founded her own nonprofit organization based in Kenya, and our business plan was a sunflower oil production business that really grew out of her nonprofit. So Lois and I put together our executive summary. We submitted it to GSEC, and then we knew that we had to recruit some more firepower to our team. So I went out to the MBA community, and I was able to recruit 2 other members, another first year and then a second year MBA student. And as a team, I think we were very diverse, both ethnically, our backgrounds, and also our work experience. That was the first stage. After we sort of got going with our initial business plan, GSEC assigned us a mentor, and I think this was a really great touch to the whole experience. We had a fabulous mentor who was a startup executive, had a lot of experience with growing businesses, so he really helped us to develop our plan.